Well, it is going to be back out on the field as it sits next to that Lunala. The same leads from this game number 1 being run back for both of our trainers. Apollo, though, really needs to win this game to keep himself in this series, and with the hope of winning his first ever international championship at his first tournament. But Isaac has such a good position here, as we saw the Koraidon and Weezing have very little trouble with this duo from game 1.
And again, 2 Pokemon on Apollo's side of the field, very reliant on their abilities. Chlorophyll for the speed boost on Jumpluff, and Shadow Shield for the damage mitigation on Lunala, neither of which are active. A full power Flare Blitz could be sent that Lunala's way.
And at least, yeah, I mean, you're able to hopefully help out here with something like this Incineroar to tank it if it was the Jumpluff on the receiving end of something like that. But it is tough. Isaac is going to go ahead and put his foot on the gas. This Fire Terra type Koraidon now is really going to have all the power in the world behind it.
Another Terrestrialization, though. Apollo wants to join the fun. It's got to be that Lunala Terrestrializing back into a water type, making sure that if Flare Blitz is coming that Lunala's way, it will be doing not very effective damage.
But as we saw in that game number 1, the Water Terra did come back as a negative for that close combat. But since it is the Flare Blitz this time around, both this Lunala as well as this Incineroar will be able to take that dust a little bit better. But that's still a lot in the sun, despite the fact that it was a resist. Meteor Beam now from the Lunala. Lunala in front of this would be so good if you catch this Fire Terra. You got the Meteor Beam to be able to boost that up right away with the power, and it is going to land, but it's into the Weezing. It's a critical hit! The Weezing is finally out and knocked out for this match, and that's going to give Apollo an opening!
That might even be better than knocking out the Koraidon. That Weezing being gone is huge for Apollo. It was such an important part of that first game, disallowing Apollo's Pokemon from making advantage of their abilities. Now the Incineroar's Intimidate goes off. Lunala is still at full HP. Shadow Shield is back on the table, and we do see that Dondozo and Tatsugiri are Isaac's final Pokemon. But now that the Jumpluff is going to be able to use its Chlorophyll ability as well, you can put it to sleep. You can go for these Leaf Storms, which will be really helpful in getting some really strong Grass-type damage into Dondozo's weaker special defense.
Dondozo's going to go for the Protect, and I think that is one of those things that you have to think about when there's a Dondozo and a Tatsugiri combo. Do you want to try to target down Dondozo? Do you want to try to target the partner? Because if that becomes the Tatsugiri, you will not be able to land it. But Apollo sees through the Protect, is able to go for this Moongeist Beam into the Koraidon. It's just another knockout. And now Isaac down to his final 2 Pokemon. This Dondozo is going to be left all in its lonesome with this partner.
What a swing in momentum for Apollo here. A massive last couple of turns that have allowed him to take control of this game. Instead of Isaac being up 4 Pokemon to 2, it's now Apollo's turn. And of course, the Tatsugiri hitting the field, it will activate that Commander ability and jump inside that Dondozo. So it can no longer act itself, but it will boost all of Dondozo's stats by 2 stages each. Speed, attack, defense, special defense, and less importantly, special attack.
Yeah, I mean, that's really where the power of this Dondozo-Tatsugiri combo comes from, though, as you are going to make this Dondozo the Big Don. It's in the name here, and hopefully the big boss, but wow, look at that!
I mean, I think the outcome of this game was already pretty much decided at this point. It would have been very, very difficult for Isaac to come back here.